give the shop a little sweep before I pull the 260 in here. This week we're going to at least start getting tractors pulled in here and get them working. Pull the 260, our case 260 Magnum in here first. We got a new to us planter, 1200 stack fold, 12 row case planter, and we ended up getting a Pro 700 monitor for it. And so I got a nice one of those armrest mounts for it to go in that 260. So that's what I'll be doing with that. And then there's a couple I'm going to tear apart the hydraulic valves in the back there, and a lot of them are leaking. So that's going to be kind of my next project. Starting a little cold out this morning, out today. The wife's got to work all day. She doesn't get a lunch break or anything, so I ended up taking the old pooch with me today. She'll stay warm and hang out with me in the shop here. Hopefully she behaves. We'll see. So this is our 260 Magnum. Got a lot of hours on it. Most of our tractors have quite a few hours on them. I think our lowest hour tractor is a 7,000 hour tractor. All of our big mechanical fronts have over 15,000 hours on them. They all came from one of the dairies on them, but we got a good deal on them and they just needed a little work. This one, I don't know how you check how many hours are on it. So I found it. I was wrong. The hours on this one we got 12,351.2 hours on this one. So this is our lowest houred mechanical front tractor. We just got this one last year, actually. It's a late 2013 or early 2014, I can't remember. So, but yeah, we're gonna put that Pro 700 right here, mounted off of the armrest console here, since we have our baler monitor and our accumulator dump there. Kind of frees up some space. Well, got her put in there. Looks pretty good too, actually. And all we got to do is have our local case dealer come out and have him program what we need into the monitor. Go from there. Well, we've got the hydraulic, at least 1 through 3 pulled apart or off the tractor. And I got one of them tore apart there. And I just got to go in and get parts, get the seals I need. It's one thing I do like about the John Deere is a heck of a lot more than the cases. Is it's easier to replace the seals for these the hydraulic valves on a John Deere compared to the cases. The cases you got to take the blocks completely off, so you can get down inside there to pull a spring out, so you can actually pull them out of the deal, out of the block there. So go order some parts after the first of the year. So now I think I'm going to go out and back and try to start one of our payloaders. If I get it started and I can get my truck started, I might go haul a couple loads of some gravel out of our back. We got a little gravel pit back in the back there, and go fill some sprinkler tracks that are past the point of closing with the track closer. So we'll have to fill them in a little bit. So if I can get stuff running, I might go do that this afternoon. If not, I might just go home early today. We'll see. Well, I was gonna go haul some gravel and fill some of the sprinkler tracks, but fate had made me do other things, so ended up breaking a line on my truck, so I ended up having to get that fixed. So luckily, Napa wasn't running. Just got that put back on and got the truck put away and everything's gonna get put away. So it's almost dark here. It's New Year's Eve, and I think I'm just gonna go home and chill before it freezes. Everybody have a Happy New Year. Well, finally warmed up this afternoon. I'm gonna go spread a little manure. So had the old faithful generator out this morning. Had both the loader and the tractor plugged in. So went to order parts for the 260. Most of them should be in tomorrow morning, so we should be able to get everything rolling back to get on that starting tomorrow. So, but it's this afternoon, I'm gonna go play in the tractor.
Who all of those items belong to? Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Comedian Bob Einstein, best known for playing Marty Funkhauser on Curb Your Enthusiasm, has died after at the flower store.
Well, off with my second load of manure. So far, so good. Everything's working good.
Was 76 years old. ABC News.
We're just spreading some manure on some wet ground we have, some bottoms on some sprinklers. They back in 2013 when we had our flood here in Colorado, we got a ditch that runs up along this place here, and the ditch overflowed and kind of went over into the neighbor's place, and then our place is lower than the neighbor's, so then it all washed down through there. So we finally, this last summer and fall, we finally got it so we can go in there with the tractors and disc it and work the ground. So we planted a little wheat in there as a cover crop, and then this next spring we're going to plant alfalfa in there. So, but I think a lot of that topsoil with good rich topsoil got washed away, and it's just sand and just junk now. So we're putting manure, some leftover manure, a little bit of leftover manure we had from last year on there. Pretty as heavy as we can anyways, at least till we run out of manure, and then have to go from there. So there's a few spots that are pretty salty, I guess you could call it. There's probably in total, there's probably 15-20 acres max maybe that we have to try to go over. So hopefully this will do the trick without having to put a bunch of high-dollar commercial fertilizer on there. So we'll give her a try anyways. Over here, it's not very far, maybe a quarter mile from where the manure's at to where we're spreading here. This is the biggest of the low salty spots, I guess you can call it, that we're putting manure on. So then the other one, we got another sprinkler. We've got two more little ones down there. Hard to see them, but there's low spots in both of those. Neither one of them aren't nearly as bad as this, but so give her a go from there, see what happens. Making the old poop fly. Wanted to try to do this when it was cold today. It's only it's only in the teens today here. Wanted to try to do this when it was cold and froze out, just because this little bit right here was it's a little moist on the ground still. Nothing terrible by any means. The tractors sink maybe just a little bit, but I didn't know how it was going to act with a tractor and a manure spreader that has about 15 to 18 ton of manure on. So I was a little worried that I was going to sink too much or tear the field up. So that's why I wanted to try to do this today. It was nice and cold. We got our 245 case Magnum that I'm running here, and then we got it's an 1160 Kuhn, or not a Kuhn. It's Kuhn Knight now, but this was a Knight. This was before they went to Kuhn Knight. It's just an 1160 Knight spreader. Nothing fancy, just your horizontal beaters. We don't spread a lot of manure every year, so we don't need a high-dollar manure spreader by any means. Here's the ditch that runs through our place here. This is where we get our water for this farm. On this ditch here, runs all the way around our place, and then it goes all the way over into Weld County. This is the Riverside Reservoir ditch. So this is kind of the tail end of it here. Got us, the neighbors, the dairy up there, and then maybe a couple other neighbors pull from it. Other than that, we're kind of one of the last ones on the ditch. It dumps out into another reservoir up there. They call it Vansel Reservoir. So, but yeah, back over there's those trees. There's a bunch of ponds, and that's where it flooded right in there, or back over in there, and then it went down into the trees, and then just water just followed its way down and made it down to our place, and kind of made a mess of things on the way down. Last load for the night. Pretty, ain't it?